Welcome to this video playing Arsene from the US in a 15-minute game. It's again a really big rating difference. It started with a modern defense G6. Yeah, but here it is really difficult to not transpose to the King's Indian. I don't really like e5 that much. Even the trade on e5 is not so great. And knight c6, d5 is just better for white. Okay, let's go to the King's Indian. Knight d7 is interesting. I think this is a bit better than the other two, but anyway. The King's Indian is the way to go here. Bishop g5 is a bit unusual. Oh, that's very committal, giving away the bishop so early. Yeah, I'm considering to take with the pawn. It looks a bit strange maybe, but it is interesting. Intending to play f5 quickly and then open up the position. After bishop takes, it might... Yeah, it's both interesting. Bishop takes is also not bad at all. Yeah, let's do that, come on. Taking with the pawn is also also interesting. h3, No, interesting. Okay, I'd like to use the dark squares, so I need to attack the center with c5 or e5. And e5, yeah, I didn't really want... it wasn't my idea to trade queens. Queen a5 was my plan. So now here, or yeah, pawn takes is not so bad. It gives some other interesting ideas. Getting quickly on the d file is what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's probably both good. Queen takes is also not bad. Yeah, he has this knight e2 he played really quickly. It's got its bit of a clocked up development. How does he coordinate that? Maybe g3, bishop g2. Yeah, knight d4 is queen c2 just runs into knight d4. Or is he thinking about long castling here? That looks a bit weird, but maybe. Yeah, I'm threatening knight d4 here. Maybe you need to castle long. Knight d4, maybe, but it is a threat, isn't it? He must go to c1, I believe, almost. Yeah, come on, let's move that. And where does he go now? Okay, maybe d3, but yeah, the knight b3 was an additional idea, so he couldn't go queen d2, for example. So what now? Bishop g5? Yeah, not really. He might go knight d5. That's not really convenient. Okay, I want to control d5. It looks a bit strange for this bishop, but it can go to c6. So just bishop c6, and yeah, no, that's okay. So I have two bishops, one on c6, one on f6, and I have the d4 square. That's a very, very comfortable position. Yeah, he wants to trade. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what's the best way to play this. Castling short, I mean h6 hangs, so it's not so great. I can castle long, I mean it's a bit uncommon in a King's Indian type of position, but why not really? Maybe he has queen f4. Attacking the bishop and attacking f7. Okay. I'm not sure that it was great, but I hadn't really considered it before. Okay, so maybe rook d7 or taking first.
Check.
Okay, I mean I always have prospects in the end game. I don't need to do anything fancy. Just trading is not bad. Okay. Queen b4. Increasing the pressure here. Rook d7. Now this is also good. Doubling on the d file. And it covers f7, so if he goes queen f4, I just take b2. Yeah, that's very comfortable. He's got a bad bishop on d3. I have two bishops, a weakness on d4. So a very good position. b4 maybe. Yeah, that's but I can take a1. Okay, so I don't need to fear b4. No fear for b4. No fear about. Okay, anyway, this looks really shaky. I can enter here, yeah?
Check.
And queen here, yeah?
Check.
That looks really, really nice. Yeah, king h2 is forced. And what now? Bishop e5. Yeah, he can go f4. It's not very attractive move, but it's playable. Maybe I should just take f2 and threaten bishop e5 check. Yeah, that's probably the best one. Bishop e5 is a really big threat. And a move like queen f4, I can just trade and play bishop e5. That's really disastrous. Yeah, is there something better than what I just mentioned? Yeah, probably not.
Check.
King g3, that's g5, g3, the bishop d2 check.
Check.
And e4 and b2 are hanging. Yeah, and this crossfire of the bishops.
Check.
There is no mate though. Maybe here and rook h2. Yeah, but okay, let's keep it simple. This is very easy. I'm attacking the rook. It has no square. Only a2, and then bishop d4 check wins the rook. He cannot attack any of my pieces, so there's not much to calculate. Let's see. Yeah, okay, I just take it. Bishop d4 check. It's not bad.
Check.
Yeah, rook h1 mate, and that's hard to prevent. Only with not even with a knight move.
Checkmate.
Yeah, but nevertheless, this was an instructive game. Of course, it's very substantial mismatch of rating, but it was still instructive because he committed some positional errors. It starts with bishop f6. Really, this is already a mistake. You shouldn't give up this bishop so early, especially in this structure where you already committed to these 3 pawn moves. The thing is that the weakest spot in the King's Indian is the d4 square for white. It is, as you can see, unprotected by a pawn due to the advance in the center, and the attack that black plays in the center in the normal lines. Let's say, just for example, if white plays a normal kind of line, then black is playing e5 to attack d4 or c5 to attack d4. It's always around the c4 square. And it's about forcing a commitment to make this diagonal better or to gain pawn play on the king side. Like that, this allows this later f5 advance to get play. Or if you look at the typical Benoni structure, white was provoked to move the d-pawn so that this is a strong diagonal. What he did, he placed the pawns like that, and now gave up this bishop, yeah, basically for free. And now look at this, I already have pressure against this pawn. It's an open diagonal, and it will be attacked with c5, knight c6. Yeah, not with this, but with c5, knight c6. I have enormous pressure on this pawn, and it will be difficult for him not to move it at some point. If we look what he did, he played h3, which is maybe because of that. This would also increase the pressure on d4 with the pin. So h3 is this makes some sense. But now look at this c5. How does he keep this the center now? It's tricky. I mean, this is just an amazing position for black, and the dark squares are really weakened. This is the problem with giving up the bishop. You weaken the color complex of the bishop's color, here the dark squares, and these are the sensitive squares. If white loses or gives up the light squared bishop, it's usually not such a problem, as the light squares are not the squares where black initiates his play. The King's Indian is a typical dark squared focused opening. And giving up the dark squared bishop for a knight is usually not a good idea. c5, and now he took. Yeah, here it's debatable what to do. Maybe this is relatively best. I don't know. After that, I already have a convenient choice. I mean, I could also take and take, which is slightly better for black, simply because of the pawns. But this pawn now on c3, it does an important job to cover, especially the weak d4 square. This is why I didn't want to do that. It's still a nice position for black. This is a very bad piece. But okay, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep the dark squared bishop alive. And here I think he really should go queen d2, probably. It's not nice, but I think it's better than this. This really hampers your own development. And here I had a good alternative. I also could take here, but I wasn't 100% convinced that this is the right way to play, as this has the additional idea to quickly get something on the d file, and of course establishing a pawn on c5 means that I have pawn control over the weak d4 square. Played queen c2, yeah, and this runs into knight d4 really. Yeah, and here it's interesting. I mean, you can also try tactical things here, like bishop g5, to threaten to take and win material, and it's not so easy to play against that, as there's also e5 threatened. So white probably needs to do a very ugly move like g3, which even allows this one. Yeah, bishop g5 was even stronger than my move. I played a purely positional move, increasing control in the center. d5 is now covered, and I control all the vital squares here. The knight e2 and long castles. Yeah, it's very difficult for white to get a decent game. This is a move that I was thinking about briefly, but I can always take here, and now he does not really have a good move. I can even take with a good position, but it was better than what he played. I think this is now getting very difficult. I mean, this wasn't really helping, but what do you play? I'm attacking this bishop. b2 is attacked. Yeah, the computer is already giving black 5 pawns, so there is a very substantial material gain just around the corner.
Check.
And this is very quick win. The point is what to remember is that in a King's Indian structure where white already has played those pawns, giving up the dark squared bishop is not a good idea. It's almost in general not a good idea, but it's not so bad just for comparison's sake. If you, let's say for example, I would play this move just to show a difference. If let's play like this, and now this, I would still play bishop h4 here, but if white would take here, just for argument's sake, this is not so bad in comparison to the other position in the game, as now the e3 pawn controls d4. This is far less of a problem for white than the game continuation. Here I can build up some pressure on d4, but it's not so easy for me to provoke him to move it. Or for example, if I would play c5 at some point, then for example this type of capture, regardless of the castling rights, but just think in structures, is not so terrible as in the game, as the pawn on e3 always controls this. Therefore a move like that would be atrocious. Yeah, just giving up this square. This is exactly the structure that we got in the game. Alright, I hope you liked some of the positional motifs here. I think it's instructive how to play on the dark squares. Thanks for watching.